Hello guys, welcome to DMKP UGM channel. So, I'm Waren IUP Public Policy and Management student from batch 2020. And here, I'm gonna tell you about my undergraduate thesis titled The Implementations of Sustainable Urban Transportation's Principle in Jabodetabek Urban Transportations. So first, I want you to look at the conditions of Jabodetabek transportations. How do you feel about it? Yeah, you can feel anger, annoyed. Yeah, transportations and commuting has been similar to smog-filled air and also traffic jams, hour of traffic jams. Even though if you take public transportations, it will be huddle up and then in public transportations like a sardine. Yeah, I have experienced this condition since I was a child. My house is in Tangerang and I used to commute to Jakarta like every day. And these uncomfortable situations of transporting and commuting is always been the things since I was a child. And then I was wondering what is actually the problems with this. I realized it's more than just people. There is a transportations, there is a policy, there is a governance problems also. Then the transportations policy must be the root causes. Without the effective transportations policy, the transportations conditions will be in chaos. And with the rise of sustainable development goals and sustainable urban transportations concept that rapidly grow these years, making it as transportations paradigm of the 21st century. Okay, sustainable urban transportations paradigm as the latest urban mobility paradigm try to solve this problem. But then, if this paradigm are used, why the problems in transportation still occur? When this paradigm is used in transportations policy, and then there is still a problem, there must be problems in the policy implementations of this transportations policy. So sustainable urban transportations has grown in various disciplines, including engineering, urban planning, and social like economic and also policy studies. The state-of-art literature review conducted by Roman in 2022 shows that the policy study is the smallest cluster of this study in the sustainable urban transportations. ANEMA in 2023 also argues that the policy have a significant in bridging the gap of academic discussions into solving the real problems of implementations. Therefore, this study try to exploring the implementations of sustainable urban transportations in Jabodetabek. So, this research come with one big questions. To what extent where sustainable urban transportations principles are implemented in Jabodetabek urban transportations? The study using explorative case study analysis with quality implementations framework as a framework that built on the implementation study of policy. The study also used and utilized the indicators from Sustainable Urban Transportations Index developed by United Nations of Economic and Social Commissions for ASEAN and the Pacific. Quality implementations framework are used because it provides a comprehensive and structured approach to the policy implementations from the current output and incorporating a stakeholders' perspective in the implementations to understand the whole gap in the implementations phenomenon. While the Sustainable Urban Transportations Index are utilized as the closest social, economic, and geographic context, even finalized in Jakarta itself and choose Jakarta as its pilot project. Okay, so how did I choose my informant? First, Jabodetabek have a specific transportations authority called Badan Pengelola Transportasi Jabodetabek, which make this research even more interesting. And the public transportations is the backbone of sustainable urban transportations. Therefore, we need the public transportations company perspective to provide and highlight the sustainable urban transportations in their service. And also, I need a neutrals and expert scholars in the sustainable urban transportations, which I choose ITDP Indonesia or Institute of Transportations Development Policy is the best one. Because I used their work back then and have been my inspirations throughout the transportation issues. So, what are the challenges in collecting the data? First, building the network and the bureaucracy. I need to build my network on the specific transportations, specifically on LinkedIn, to build and look for my informant. So, how did I overcome these challenges? First, you need to be patient because it does take time for the bureaucracy, and you need to build your networking on the specific industry that you try to study, because I'm coming from the policy and the industry that I want to study is transportations. It's quite different even though they have a bridge, but I need to build my own networking on that industry as well. Okay, so the index have 10 different indicators, which shown to be only one indicators that reach the maximum implementations, which is the investment in the public transportation's infrastructures. Out of all, it have a lot and big of a gap in the findings, because we found that even the investment, which is the maximum implementations, is mainly because it is highly cooperating with the central government, while on other sides, the implementations of the policy in Jabodetabek itself more focus on the local authority, so there is a big problem of the jurisdictions of the implementations. There is a lack of policy harmonizations and also devolutions of transportation governance in Jabodetabek itself. And the planning and the idea of sustainable urban transportations itself are coming from the central government and the specific BPTJ authority itself, while the implementer of this policy is mainly from the local authority. Therefore, the problems lies on the sectoral ego and also the political willingness and the financial capability of the local transportations authority, which become the biggest gap in the implementations. There is also a problem with the environmental, as environmental issues fall under the jurisdictions of the Ministry of Environmental, while transportations as the second biggest emitter doesn't have access to the measures and data for the environmental impact of the transportation itself. Therefore, it is hard for the transportations authority to formulate a good policy and the right policy, as they don't have the measures and they don't have the data as well. So, how can we improve the sustainable urban transportations, especially in Jabodetabek as agglomerated area? There need to be a perfect harmonizations on the implementations, and also I emphasize on strengthening the Greater Jakarta Transportation Authority or Badan Pengelola Transportasi Jabodetabek, as they are the one who have the idea on the governing the agglomerated area as a integrative for this policy. Okay, so Jabodetabek still have a lot of room for the improvement. However, knowing that there is the paradigm shift are also implemented in the policy, it is a big hope for us, especially for Jabodetabek peoples, to improve their sustainable urban transportations. And I believe Jabodetabek will soon have a good sustainable urban transportation conditions. And for the researching itself, I believe that through these undergraduate thesis, I learned a lot to be more systematic, to be more detail-oriented, and also, I guess it's pretty much summarized how I've been studying in the MKP Visipol, especially in IUP class, how I can build all and use all my skills that I have learned here, how about my stakeholder engagement and everything. So, good luck for any one of you, and please enroll in the MKP. Okay, so that's how my research have been done. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys all good luck for your undergraduate thesis.